I'm curious for you, like, what was the movie that kind of got you into horror? Was there anything that made it kind of click for you specifically?
Yeah, in third grade, my mom got me a Goosebumps book, and so it started as books, and I read that, and I thought I was like getting away with something. I was like, I shouldn't be allowed to read this. This is cool. This is scary, and I loved those books so much. I started writing my own short stories like with a pen, and I still have some of them, and they're really funny. They're always like a monster in the basement or something. A monster is in the toilet. Just like little kid stories. Then it was. I remember when I was 5, my mom showed me Psycho on TV. It was edited for content, like on TV, and so I think because it was black and white, she was like, "It's okay, he can watch that." And I remember my older sister like ran out of the room. She was so scared, and I was just mesmerized by it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. The X-Files TV show as a kid too was a big thing, not just because of how much I loved it, but because on Sunday nights it started at 9 p.m., which meant that on Sunday nights I was allowed to stay up an extra hour before bed. Yeah, that's kind of like the early horror roots for me.
What do you think was the thing that kind of hooked you about, like, say, like Psycho? Do you think it was like the actual atmosphere that it kind of created, or what specifically kind of drew you?
I have a very visceral memory of something that happens at the end of the film. And I guess spoilers if people haven't seen Psycho, but there's a skeleton that kind of is seen at the end of the film. And it kind of, this realization dawns on you about what was happening in the story. And I remember that searing into my brain as this really, not just a creepy, scary image, but that there was this whole psychological thing happening behind the surface with Norman Bates and his mom. And that really made me think that like there was all these opportunities to go into darker themes in horror.